This is a cool picture, isn't it? I don't know. I get jazzed up about stuff like this. These are the ones we're going to treat. We're going to palpate glute med, max, and min. I don't have a picture of this. Radar trochanter, glute min. Let's say this person's facing this way. Glute med, glute max. So there's a portion of this where there's everything together. And so you can't tell, like, okay, am I on glute med if I'm in that like confluence of the muscles. But if you have a needle, you can tell by your depth. Again, another tool that is neat because you can get onto glute min with a needle. You can't with your hands. You kind of just have to guess what you're doing. But if the referral pain is like, okay, you're on glute this area, and I feel it down the side of my lower leg, well, that's min. As a side note, it's neat because a very common HMP referral pattern of like down my leg and on my foot is where glute min refers to, right along that line. So you go, well, do you really have a herniated disc or not? This is side. Piriformis and the go-go muscles, this is a great picture of those. This one is going to limit internal rotation when? Seated or prone? Yeah, and prone. Go-go's are going to do it when it's flexion because these are behind the greater trochanter. This is on top of it. This is really just going to spin in place when I flex myself. So if you got somebody who's having a hard time on the flexion side, check go-go muscles and quadratus femoris and those things. If you're having a hard time in prone, put them in prone and palpate piriformis as you do it and watch the thing raise up into your hand. And you find a lot of nasty stuff in there too. Piriformis will give you pain over top of the piriformis a lot of times and a little gluteal. But it's a neat one to differential, to understand like what you're doing. And then also, and I didn't mention this before, but it's in here, you're attacking different portions of the iliofemoral and ischiofemoral ligaments in seated position and in prone position. So you might have great muscles, but you have a locked up, Y ligament. You got to work on that too. And you would work more with like your mobility, mobilization stuff than attacking that with your hands.